Welcome to the Pole Game Draw May edition 2019. I'm joined by Pole Game veteran Karl Jeffries. Karl Jeffries, welcome.
Lovely to be here, Mr. Demasi.
Pleasure to have you. Right, let's get on with it. Would you like to draw the first name? This will be the captain of team number one. Captain of team number one.
So, first name out of the Kinder Egg pot. A big one. Daniel Harrison.
Daniel Harrison, captain
Massive.
of team number one. Fantastic.
I think Daniel Harrison from last time out, potentially a little bit disappointed with his performance. We all know what he's got in his locker, but he's going to be hungry for poles this time round. Massive draw, first out of the hat. And if there was a pole game, what was it?
If there was ever a captain, a player worthy of captaincy, it's Daniel Harrison. So, captain number one, remember the captains do pick the team colours. So I think red may be coming this way, but we'll see.
Red and white, yeah, Mr. Demasi, I think. Definitely red and white.
Ball number two, please, Karl Jeffries. This is captain for team number two.
Oh, Dawid Demasi. Massive.
Oh dear.
Clash of the Titans.
Well,
Clash of the Titans. Well, we all know Mr. Demasi loves a trick. He brings the flair. He brings the flair. Frustrating sometimes, as we all know, but he's going to lead by example, I feel. Big draw.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jeffrey. So I am captain of team number two. Let's go on to the third ball. Second name of team number one. Potentially Daniel's deputy.
Or Rob Lawrence.
Big name.
Rob Lawrence. Well, there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding Rob Lawrence from the last few pole games with the problem of pole hogging, pole defending. Pole standing, you could call it. It's been a big controversial subject in the pole game group recently, but we all know Rob Lawrence has the quality. He could dominate that midfield if given time and space.
Absolutely, a little bit disappointed at how my team is looking. Okay, second ball, fourth ball. Second name for team number two.
That is a strong looking side already, isn't it?
If you're going to pick the team, jeez.
Next one out, Mark Baggesen.
Oh, Mark Baggesen, Mark Niels Baggesen. Knows his way to pole.
Well, again, Mr. Baggesen, I feel very underrated in pole game. The last two editions of pole game, he's been one of the top pole scorers. You never know what you're going to get with him though. He's either going to get a hat trick or he's going to hit so many balls out of the pole game stadium. It's embarrassing. But hopefully for your sake, Mr. Demasi, the former this time round.
Yes, I really hope Baggo's on form and really looking forward to seeing him in action. Mark Baggesen, player number two for team number two. Ball number five, please, Mr. Jeffries.
Myself, Karl Jeffries.
Well, snuck into a lovely little team there, haven't you? Well, yes, no, very. You've been there since day one, pretty much, haven't you, Mr. Jeffries?
I have, unfortunately for everybody else.
I think you've only missed pole game through injury potentially, But otherwise, you've been there every single time. So yes, more than capable of picking up a win in this formation so far.
But not scoring many poles.
Well,
unless they're own poles.
That is true. Scored the last one, didn't you?
No, it was a Fraser own pole.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Maybe not in. Right, so
rub it in.
Karl Jeffries, player number three for team number one.
Happy with that team.
On to the next ball.
This needs to be a Fraser Higgins for your side.
Oh.
Scott Lower.
Oh, I'm very happy with that. Mark Baggesen and Scott Lower. Now, on Christopher Younger's stag do, Mark Baggesen and Scott Lower were teammates. And if everyone remembers a legendary game of dodgeball, it was, and I believe Scott Lower used the phrase Herculean.
Correct.
And at this moment, we may need another Herculean effort to actually compete. But Scott Lower,
again, similar to Dan Harrison, I think you'll probably be disappointed with his performance last time out. He was, I think, a little bit hungover, if I'm completely honest. But again, him and Dan could be on a straight shootout in those two teams for top pole scorer, I feel.
Yeah.
It's big.
Scott Lower in his day can control that
game.
100%.
He loves nutmegging me as well.
Very happy with that team so far now. Right. Player number four, team number one.
Toby Davis.
Strong. No, hello, that's a left foot, isn't there?
There's a lot of left footers in there, isn't there? Well, we all know the clearer of the two brothers, not particularly hard, let's be quite honest, but probably the more skillful football player, if we're all honest. Quick feet, and he knows his way to pole as well, Toby. He could be up there. He's
scored a lovely
dark
pole.
horse. Good
in
player.
The last one, yeah. No, very strong player. Player number 4 for team number 2 now, please, Karl Jeffries. 4 balls remaining in the pot.
Steve Harrison.
Got a windmill. That's a lovely addition to my team.
I thought you'd be happy with that.
I'm very happy so far. Steve-O brings a particular amount of flair that I like, which is the windmill. And it's been a while since old Steve-O's been on the court.
It's been missing for at least 3 or 4 pole games now.
Yeah.
And, you know, the windmill is effective from both close and long range, as we've found out previously.
Absolutely, yes. So Steve Harrison makes the 4th name of team number 2.
Fraser Higgins.
Well, so team number 1's looking very, very good right now.
There's definitely poles in team number 1, isn't there? Let's be honest. I mean, we don't need to say anything about this man, do we? He's a consistently good pole game player. Every single time he plays, he's got poles in him. He can defend, he can shoot, he's quick, he's strong. I just love him. He's just a good player, Mr. Demasi.
Yeah, I think Daniel Harrison will be particularly happy at captaining Fraser Higgins.
I mean, if there was a pole game dream team, Fraser Higgins would probably be first pick for most people.
Yes, that is true. So Fraser Higgins makes up the 5th name.
It's looking like a strong team.
Yes, of the first team.
But Mr. Demasi, remember last time, young as Yabbies weren't given a chance.
That's true.
And they triumphed. So
here we go. The final full team member,
Christopher
team
Davis. Now, a lot of controversy surrounding this man. The question on everyone's lips at the moment is obviously, is he going to turn up in football boots again?
Yes, well.
Big question.
Yeah. We would say potentially he'd learn from his lessons, but I don't necessarily think that's true.
Considering he has played pole games since it started and it's always been played traditionally on a tarmac surface.
Yeah, it's never been
to turn up in football boots, you wouldn't bet against it happening again, would you? Let's be honest.
But he did get the winning pole.
And he played extremely well.
Yeah.
He did play extremely well.
Imagine if he did have the correct attire.
Yes.
So fingers crossed. Luckily I'm captain, so I can remind him and probably bring some spare boots or shoes, to be fair. Right, now this final name is
Christopher Younger.
And he is the floater.
Which he has been referred to on previous occasions.
So, in this sense, what we're going to do now is we're going to toss a coin to determine which team the floater starts with.
Just to give you a bit of background on Christopher Younger, I mean, massively underrated player. Massively underrated. You know what you're going to get with him. 110% commitment every single time. A lot of sweat. Got the heading ability of Shadow Amiobi. The defensive qualities of Colaccini. Just a good all-round player. And led his team last year. Earlier this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well,
the early edition of Pole Game this year to victory, quite convincingly as well. So he could decide this tie.
Absolutely, yeah. I think both teams will dramatically benefit.
Definitely.
Well, one team definitely will dramatically benefit from him being on their team at least for
whoever
half of the
has
game.
him first, basically.
Yeah. Right. So for team number 1, it will be heads. For team number 2, it will be tails. I will toss a coin, and Karl Jeffries, you tell me what the outcome is.
Heads.
Okay, I cannot remember what I said.
Can I?
So, well, I did say it previously, I'm sure we'll be able to work it out. So Chris Young will start on said team at the beginning.
I think that's team number 1.
Okay, yeah, let's say team number 1
Let's
then.
say team number 1.
Okay.
Just for the...
So Christopher Young starts team number 1. So the final teams are as seen. Daniel Harrison, Rob Lawrence, Karl Jeffries, Tobias Davis, Fraser Higgins, Christopher Younger, team number 1. Team number 2, myself, Mark Baggesen, Scott Lower, Steve Harrison and Christopher Davis. This will be a very interesting encounter.
It's heavily weighted, supposedly, in Team 1's favour, but the underdogs won last time out, and you never know. You just never know with pole game. That's why we love it.
Yes, we do love it, don't we? Eh? Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jeffries. Pleasure to have you on this edition of
Thank
the
you
Draw.
for inviting me, Mr. Demasi. Absolute pleasure.
You are more than welcome. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.